Gungala. If that's not how you properly start a review, I don't know what is. But considering the Super Bowl is in a matter of hours, I need to make sure to get all this done. This is Mega Man NG, and I welcome you guys to another TMNT 2012 Season 2 episode review. Before I begin with this, I do want to thank everyone for taking the time to watch my video regarding Rise of the TMNT, my first thoughts on the character designs, and I am surprised most of the reception that it got showing the new the models for everybody was rather a bit mixed to negative. I can't blame anybody if they don't like it. And remember, this is all opinionated. But I'm surprised that it did more than most of my other Let's Play videos that I've done so far. But I guess I kind of find my calling. Anyway, we're about to get started with today's episode review. This is episode 9, The Good, the Bad, and Casey Jones. Here's the deal. I'll provide a summary of this episode as well as some of the main points. But I will get this out of the way and say this. This episode is very good. Let us get started. In a monologue, a young teen has his sights set on protecting his home from mutants and aliens. Meanwhile, a sparring session ends badly when Raphael's anger gets the better of him. Splinter suggests for him to control it, so Raph heads out to cool off. Casey, meanwhile, takes on the Purple Dragons and it gets Raph's attention. The two do battle, only for Casey to follow Raph to the Turtle's lair where he learns some surprising truths. But this brings the Foot, and with it, trouble. Can Casey and Raph put their animosity aside and stop the Foot bots before they discover the Turtles' home base? Yeah, that's pretty much what it is in this episode. This episode was aired out of order, like I already mentioned in the last review with the Krang conspiracy. This episode, most of the episodes, especially in the earlier seasons, were aired out of order for one reason or another, and sometimes some episodes were aired a week or so in advance. Why Nickelodeon does this, I don't understand. I truthfully do not. But I swear, it's not going to stop me from providing my thoughts on these episodes. Because remember, I made a promise to you all that I would review every single episode of the 2012 series in preparation for when the 2018 series comes. And I know that when I'll be reviewing that, it won't be pretty. It just won't. But anyway, it doesn't stop it from being really good, and I'm going to be honest here. This episode is really good for a variety of reasons. Remember when I mentioned back in my review of episode 4 season 2 when we first met Casey Jones? Well, this episode is a proper first appearance. That appearance does not count. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to do it properly. This is a proper first appearance of Casey Jones, voiced by Josh Peck. And surprisingly, he narrates for most of the episode, especially at the beginning. I'm reminded of the 2003 series where every character begins to narrate the start of an episode. And it's pretty good too, because yes, I am a fan of the 2003 series, and for better or for worse, it was very good. Not to mention that since this episode involves Raphael and Casey, several scenes involving the two are replicated here. So in a way, this is pretty much the fourth adaptation of a storyline of a Raphael one-shot from the Mirage Comics, Me, Myself, and I. And some of the scenes involving the two were replicated, like from the Mirage Comics, where Casey Jones made his first appearance in, like I said, a Raphael one-shot called Me, Myself, and I. Then the 90s film, which to anyone who grew up in the 90s saw that the first TMNT movie, they showed Casey Jones trying to stop a robber, and Raphael shows up, pretty much stopping him, and then it led to a big battle. And then the 2003 episode, Meet Casey Jones. For anyone who watches the 2003 series, just letting you know that. And yeah, it was for a show that decides to take bits and pieces of several incarnations of the TMNT, it's amazing. I really, really liked it. There are many references in this episode, and if I were to mention all of them, it would be ridiculous. But if you want the short version, I'll mention some of them right now, such as, how do I put this? Yeah, like Casey Jones's hockey stick having Eastman. It's a nod to one of the creators of the TMNT Mirage Comics, Kevin Eastman. Mikey mentioning Super Sentai. The title of the episode, The Good, the Bad, and Casey Jones, is pretty much a nod to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, the third film in the Fistful of Dollars series starring Clint Eastwood, as well as Casey drawing himself beating Raph in the Mirage comic style. I could go on and on and on, but I'll let you guys leave the references in the comments. Sorry, this is what I get for reviewing the episode at like 1:30 in the morning. I should be sleeping, but nope, not me. I still have a job to do. But anyway, this episode was insanely good. It is action-packed from start to finish. And yes, it's also a Raphael episode, with, in ways, Raphael having to learn to control his anger while discovering that anger clouds one's judgment. Yeah, it was pretty good because, let's face it, Raphael is a hothead. He's a hothead who is easy to anger and even easier to go into battle. And seeing him be easily angered is proof of that. You actually saw him like one scene during the sparring session where after he lost, he takes it one step further and beats Leonardo behind his back in a cowardly way. And I'm like, seriously, that's a bit too far, Raph. Way too far. And even though he tried to deny it, Splinter and everyone else knows what he did. Bad move, my friend. Bad move. But at least this gives Raph an opportunity to cool off, and when Casey Jones ended up in the same predicament, Raph tries to tell him to calm down. It doesn't work. Ain't that funny, because Casey and Raph are pretty much a foil for each other. There are a lot of favorite moments, but my personal favorites consist of the two things. They consist of two things. First being the battle in the alley between Casey and Raph. It was an intense one and very good, as well as the big showdown at the end between the Footbots and the Turtles, April, and Casey within the sewers. It was an intense action-packed thrill ride with a bit of humor here and there, and it was all good. It was really good. The good news is that Casey is now a new ally to April and the Turtles. His friendship with Raphael is proof of that, much to the dismay of April and the others. How will this play out? I do know for sure that the more allies, the merrier, and it's going to help the Turtles big time, especially when they have to deal with tougher threats. So, I look forward to how this plays out. My rating for this episode will be in the description below. Later tonight, I'll be providing my thoughts on episode 10, Fungus Humongous, and we're going to be going through them two at a time. I hope you guys like this because I really want to work hard in making sure you guys enjoy these reviews. Sure, they're not doing as well as I thought, but does it really matter? No, because I have fun providing my thoughts on this show, and I want to make sure I do everything all the way up to the end of Season 3. Hopefully by then the 2018 show will start, probably in the fall, and then I can start reviewing those. I will be reviewing Rise of the TMNT, the 2018 series, when it comes out. The only thing I hope is that it does not suffer the same pitfalls as Teen Titans Go, which I mentioned is garbage, and the Ben 10 reboot, which is more garbage. As well as that dumb Powerpuff Girls reboot. That reboot is just trash. I'm getting off topic, but you get what I mean, right? So anyway, my rating for the review will be in the description, and I hope to hear from you guys what you think of it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this TMNT episode review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please be sure to hit the like button. It really does mean a lot to me. If you're subscribed to me, please be sure to click on the bell to be notified of future uploads. And if you want to see me keep on making videos, you want to be supportive of me, be more awesome, check out my Patreon. Your support is greatly appreciated. This is Mega Man NJ signing off. Peace out. Booyakasha.